What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jason, the Black Rapper, and I wanted to do a special, intimate, personal video with you guys to just kind of give you an update on what's been going on in my life. If you saw the last video, you know I made an announcement that we are expecting our third child, and wow, that is tripping my mind because we have currently a Ford Fiesta, and if you know what that looks like, it's a subcompact. It's pretty small. So the back row, we got two large car seats to fit my first two kids, and it's not too much room left for the third. So, you know, we're definitely hoping and praying that God will provide, and we'll have a third, well, not third, we'll have another car, you know, that we can afford to buy soon. By the grace of God, our Ford Fiesta is fully paid off, so we're good there. But we need to start preparing to get another car. So, a bigger car. But anyway, in this video I wanted to talk to you about, you know, one of the reasons why I started this channel. Now, I'm being fully transparent with you guys here. This channel has taken various different themes and versions. It's been very confusing for the last few years. I started the Blogging Rapper back in 2012, so many years ago. And it's gone through various iterations as I'm constantly learning and just trying to figure things out. And trying to figure out what the main audience for this YouTube channel is supposed to be. But one of the main reasons that I started this channel was to show people how to make a living online. Now, the reason why I started to do that was because I was reflecting on my own personal story. Back in 2011, 2010, I left a job to pursue what I really wanted to do, which I didn't know what that was yet. I wanted to find myself. So you can imagine that this was a very difficult time because even if you quit your job, that doesn't mean that, you know, bill collectors leave you alone. I was currently living with my parents at the time with my wife, so we could try to get on our feet. Right around the time that I decided I was leaving my job was when they decided that they were going to get a bigger home built for themselves. I'm talking about my parents here. And so they left, and they left with this house. This house became my inheritance. So I have to start paying on it. So, yeah, it was definitely a blessing, but at the time I'm thinking, I just left my job. My wife's not, you know, she doesn't work. What am I going to do, you know? So I started, you know, we got into a situation where I was going to take a few months to try to figure out what I really wanted to do, because I believe in not just working just to pay bills. I believe in, you know, you work because the Bible says if you don't work, you don't deserve to eat. So I believe in working, but I believe that what you work towards should be purposeful, and it shouldn't be for the sake of just making a paycheck. But I was straight out of college. I'd never had a break like I always wanted. I never had a chance to really just take a step back from life and just figure out what I wanted to do. And I needed that time. So unfortunately, there was kind of a rush on that because I had enough money for a few months, but then that money was going to run out. So within that time, the money ran out, and I needed to get a job. This was right around the time where the economy was sort of crashing, and I remember going all over the place trying to look for a job, and no one was hiring. Now, I'm a college graduate, so either the jobs that I applied for, I overqualified, or I didn't have enough life experience. At that time, there was no middle ground, so I got rejected by virtually everybody. So it was very difficult. I remember one time, we used to overdraft quite a few times on our bank account. We used to just do everything that we could possible to try to get some money together to keep our account out of the negative. I remember being on food stamps, you know, and that was a really humbling experience for me. I remember people, you know, in our town, when they saw us at Walmart with groceries, they generously would just pay it for us. And as generous and as beautiful as that was, that people in a town like ours would take care of one of their own, you know, take care of us, it was wonderful, heartwarming, and touching, but at the same time, it was somewhat humiliating. because I've lived under my parents' wing for so long. I yearned to be independent. I yearned to, make it out on my own. I started to think that I made a huge mistake by leaving my job. But I was young and I was trying to figure myself out, and I thought everything was okay. It turned out it wasn't. And I was trying to get a job, but, no one was hiring. So, yeah, I remember one time when, and if you know the story, you know the story, my wife came into my office, which was this, but it looked different. And she asked me with tears in her eyes, what are we going to do? And I was getting a lot of emails from people that were saying, you can make $1,000 in 20 seconds if you just, spend this much and this much. So I'm like, you know what? I mean, I see so many videos and stuff of people claiming that they've actually made it. There's got to be someone that legitimately made it. Someone that legitimately made money and is making a living just from the computer, right? It has to be. Logically, it does make sense. There's so many opportunities. So I did some extensive studying. I stayed up all crazy hours to figure this out. And I came across something that, looked absolutely legitimate and didn't even ask me to pay for anything. So I went through the whole process, and I just, at some point there was an upsell. So I wound up doing that. And I went through all the training. So from there, I applied what I learned religiously, like insanely. And, again, staying up all crazy hours. I didn't see any dimes come in, I did it for several weeks, and it became a few months. And obviously I got discouraged. But I kept going because I knew that somehow, some way, this had to work. And I was going to make it work no matter what. So after, I think it was 2 or 3 months, maybe even longer, I don't remember, it's been so long now. But let's just say 3 months. After 3 months of hardcore going at it, I finally made my first $20. And $20 doesn't seem like much, but I went ballistic. I was so happy. Maybe ballistic's not the right word, but I went crazy because I was so happy that finally something happened. And I thought, if I can make this happen for me once, I can do it again and again and again. So that's exactly what I did. Eventually, I was making quite a bit of money for myself, and basically a full-time income. With that, I started building a team. A lot of people were gravitating towards me, and some of the people that I trained started making more money than I did, and I was happy, extremely happy for them. It brought tears to my eyes to see how I was able to change other people's lives. I had several people call me a scam artist and blah blah blah. I mean, they'll talk whatever smack they want to talk, but for anyone that saw success with me, they knew I was anything but, and they knew my heart and my true intention. With all that in mind, in recent years, I have not done that part of making money. Like I shared in the previous video, I've been working full-time from my home office since 2016. Back then, it was part-time, and I wound up getting another job. But since 2016 till now, to this very day, I've been here full-time. And it's always what I wanted to do. So you may wonder, well, how do you do that? What can I do? And here's my greatest advice for you. And I'll, like I said, full transparency. I just want to give you some advice that I think you really need to understand. Because even recently, like the last thing that I promoted in terms of make money from home opportunities was probably at 2016, probably back then. But and here's the thing: anything that I ever promoted, I fully back up, I fully stand beside, and I fully believe in. I would never, ever, ever promote something that I felt was scammy or misled people or anything like that. If I buy into something, it's because I truly believe in it. So, with that in mind, again, getting back to my advice, one of the things that I've realized since I started making money online way back in 2020, I'm sorry, 2012, was that there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many ways to make money. And not everyone is going to be okay with what you do. In other words, I may find things that I line up with, and they may be completely contrary to what other people line up with because of how they view the product, how they view the service, and because of their skill set. And at the end of the day, you know, someone could try to sell you on something all they want. If you don't have the skill set necessary to make it work, you're not going to be successful at it. Now, can you get the skill set? Yes, I firmly believe you can. I am a product of that. I started with learning absolutely nothing. But I had the hunger to learn things. And so I learned things and I created skill sets that I didn't have before. So you can absolutely create skill sets for things that you may not originally have. I know a lot of people that say, I don't do well in videos. And then it turns out they do well in videos, right? So it really just depends on your skill set. You have to be behind what it is that you're doing. And so what I want you to get from me is that, you know, you may not line up with the things that I promote or whatever necessarily, but you know my heart. You know that if I promote something, it's because it's worked for me and I believe that it can work for you. But it may not work for you. And so you have to be okay with that. One of the things that you need to know is don't be so quick to call things a scam. Do your due diligence, you know, do some heavy research and try it out for yourself. If it doesn't work, you still have your health. You still have your livelihood. Money is money, and you have to believe that money comes and goes. It is fluid. It is constant. It moves. Money is not stationary. Money does not stay with you. Okay? It constantly moves in and out of your life. So if you invest in something and it doesn't work out, you're going to have that money back in some other shape or form. That's just how it works. So don't be afraid to lose money. Definitely don't be afraid. So I'm giving you more tips here than you can ever ask for because this is one of the things that I've learned, and it's why I'm able to work from home full time. Is because I'm not afraid to invest and I'm not afraid to lose some money. If something doesn't work out, I'll dust myself off and try something else. If it doesn't work the first time, I'll try it a few times and make sure that I got it right. But at the end of the day, if I'm not earning anything, I'll move on, right? But I'm not one to call someone a scam artist because they led me to something that for me doesn't work. You just got to have the right mindset. And so here I am, you know, years later, and I'm in a position where I always wanted to be. I fall asleep knowing that I can get up when I want, and I have my own clients that I work with, and I do different things from web design, graphic design, e-commerce, you know, a bunch of different things. And I'm truly happy with that. So that's my life. That's what I carved out. But the question is, what will work for you? You have to figure that out. But don't be afraid of stepping out and trying something new. So hopefully that helps you guys. And I just wanted to give you that update and some advice on how to help you claim your success with that. And that's it. That's all I got. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And please hit that subscribe button. Click that bell notification to get updates on future videos. And I'll see you next time. It's your boy Jason, the blogger rapper. Much love. God bless. And as always, peace.